Hello friends, it's Reza. Welcome to channel Reza Blade. I make nail art product review videos, technical tutorials, teach tips and tricks and more. Today I'll be doing my monthly review of the Mani by Me box. This is October's box, and I will have traditional swatches for you, some nail art, a couple of sample manicures that I'm wearing, plus I'll give you a couple tips about creating scrapbook style manis along the way. At least I hope I will. I have to apologize. It wouldn't be a Reza review if I weren't injured in some way. I have an infected burn, but I'm okay, and I managed actually to get all the nails on today. No black gloves. So hooray! Any products or anything I reference will be in the description field below. And if you've been with me for a while, heads up, this month I'm using a new quick dry top coat from NeVerMind now. It plays a little nicer with my stamping and I'm really happy with it. So I wanted to let you know, links below, etc. And of course, like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoy. Especially please like and comment. I mean, subscribe if you want to join us, but it tells me, you know, what to do maybe in the future, if anything went particularly well. If you liked it, I would love to hear. Anyway, so the two polishes in this month's box are pistachio and, come on, focus, pistachio and chestnut. And not really my palette, but very much appropriate for the season. So no real complaints here. These are versatile stamping polishes, especially that, I mean, for October manis, whether it's just your kind of thing with, what's the word? Your reverse stamping that you do, or if it's just, you know, you need a kind of creepy green. This is a good creepy green. Kind of split pea green. I won't say, well, you know what I'm thinking. Anyway, so these plates are going to be numbered when you get them. They'll be MXM066, and the previous one is MXM065. And we did, oh, let me say, there's a mea culpa here. I did a review last month, as you'll remember, of the September Mani by Me box that's pins and needles. I talked about the one I mushroom, and then just a couple days after I made the video, I remembered that I used to use knitting mushrooms all the time when I was in grade school and stuff. That's how I knit before I could knit with real needles and stuff. So yes, that is appropriate to pins and needles, and I'm sorry for casting any aspersions on the decision to include it in on the plates. I'm still not a fan of the image, but I do understand its inclusion. So here are my swatches of the colors. Here is the black and the white of the pistachio. Not really my favorite on the black for either of these, of course, but if you want some colors to really show up against black, my vote is always for Hit the Bottle. Speaking of which, Hit the Bottle has a new plate this month. They'll be doing a giveaway in the next couple of videos, so do subscribe if you're maybe interested in that. That's the Embrace the Darkness 03 plate, which is very, very awesome for Halloween. Actually, I use Hit the Bottle's Embrace the Darkside 01, 02 plates, and now 03 all year round for lots of different interesting manis. Anyway, so autumn memories. The thing about this box is that I got it and I was just full of warm, happy feelings. I have no real, I hadn't decided what to show you first, so I'm just going to talk through my swatches while I tell you. My mom used to work at a scrapbook store for years and years, and she did some professional scrapbooking. This actually has some words on it, but I can't quite read them. I should have made this matte. That was actually the plan. So when you have a little difficulty with reading the words on something, mattifying it will often help. Pumpkins, kisses. No, I don't know. I'll read it when we come to the actual plate. Anyway, so these plates just feel like home to me. My mom even had a scrapbooking room. Don't build a scarecrow like I did. I went too far up on the brim, I mean on the top of his head, because I didn't want to cover up his face. But maybe I don't know. He's just not my favorite. But I wanted to keep them because you know, keeping it real, keeping it really how I do things. I wanted to show you. And here is, this says fall. And then this is a reverse stamping on one of the peekaboo or chic peek kind of images that are on one of the plates. And then we've got, this is a combination of two images. It's the handwriting, which I always love when I'm doing. This is kind of a, like, these plates are like scrapbook style sticker, like postage stamp, like kind of images. It looks like old style scrapbooks, maybe multimedia art. Monthly Mani card, as usual, has a like a negative space Mani that you can do. Those aren't really my jam. So anyway, I don't do many of those. But anyway, this is still really perfect. So that's two layered images. I did some reverse stamping for the leaves on top of that. Here I did mattify an image so that it would show up a little bit better. This is on the, I really like this one. And then these two are fun. This is a whole different look. If you want to do something like this, you're not really a fall, you're maybe a more winter or summer in your color palette. I'm sorry, I've got allergies. My voice is going to be kind of rough sometimes today. This one says Autumn Calling. I could have done a little bit better job on this, but I have a lot of videos to do this month, so I just kept going. So here are the plates. The first thing you're going to see on this plate, if you look, you're going to see a bunch of little writings, which are fun, and then you're going to see, well, some people go out to build a bear and some people stay in to build a scarecrow, I guess. You've got some images that'll work really well, whether reverse stamped or not, to tell you the truth. On my little scarecrow guy, I actually turned this image upside down and only used this part of it to go behind the scarecrow in yellow. Here we can see the script image and the leaves image here that I did some reverse stamping on. And then these, these are, it's a fall festival, be grateful, little acorns, hearts. I love fall most of all, hello autumn, blessing days. This is really cute. You could do like a half a nail with this by putting a contrasting color underneath it before you stamp it onto your nail. And that would be a really fun thing to do. If you have any questions about anything I say, let me know. This particular Mani, I did some radial gradients, same kind of tone on tone. And whatever. Anyway, I wanted to show you that. I hope it worked out okay. You can see better images on the pictures that I attached to the video, I guess. Anyway, so I did that with this image, of course, with Moira Brown stamping polish, and really enjoyed that. This particular manicure, this image down here with the pumpkins kind of showing, just at the tip there, got a white pumpkin and a orange pumpkin. These, where am I? Is right here. That's right here. That's where I took that from. And then the rest of that is over here, I believe. This is more of the stickers, postage stamp, scrapbook kind of stuff. This real big binding thing right here, that would be fun maybe on a middle nail as the whole thing. Like if you're like your hand is the scrapbook, maybe one of these nails, or you could do half on this nail, half on the other, so it would look like, you know, they continue from one to the next, and then little stickers on either of these, your first and pinky fingers. Autumn vibes. Pumpkin spice makes everything nice. I didn't even get it a little bit right. I definitely should have mattified that particular nail. Anyway, so here's a printed, well, stamp postmarked. That's what this word is. It's like a postmarked letter. Pumpkin kisses, harvest wishes. Here's, I used this little reverse stamp on this Mani. I just did a dark teal and this one, that's that little pumpkins in a wheelbarrow, and then I colored in the back. This particular image, let me tell you, don't be worried. There is a little bit of a difference. You see where this kind of breaks a little bit? So you're not getting it wrong. If your plate is like this, you're not getting it wrong when you're stamping it. It's just like that. I stamped this like 10 times before I looked at the plate to see if the plate was kind of broken like that, and it was. So no matter how much I fussed with the plate, it wasn't going to give me a better image because it's not imprinted. Anyway, I really do love these little kind of things, like with the tea and the leaves or herbs maybe here. We've got a welcome, we've got a blessings, we've got all sorts of little... this actually would go really well with this one, of course, for stamps or reverse stamping little things on different fingers. Here's some more postage stamp kind of images here. We've got some graph paper. We've got all sorts of stuff here. Here is the, let me show you this. So anyway, there's lots of reverse stamping on this plate. A tip you may have heard before, backing your reverse stamping with white polish. That can really help them show up against the background polish. And for a full nail reverse stamp like these guys, put a base coat on of white. At least that's what I do. That helps. Or do both, you know, back the whole thing with white and base coat, whatever you want to do. If you're looking for a good quality indie sticky base coat to affix your reverse stamping to the nail, right now I'm using the NeVerMind one, and that is really good. So I told you about the irregularity, and that's on my list of things to talk to you about. You guys sometimes like it when I share little facts, so I'm going to share this fact while I show you these swatches to show you what the stamping looks like just right out of the box. As soon as I get these, I stamp them on paper to show you how they stamp. Anyway, with the pumpkin hayrides in the fall. I didn't know this. I actually was looking up pictures of pumpkin hayrides, and I came across the fact that hayrides in the fall, they used to be just kind of for the farmer, the laborers, family, whatever. It was just a little bit of fun. And then when people started to really want it, well, of course it became a tradition, and it helped the farmers earn a little extra income. People would pay to, I mean, we get hayride, or used to when I was little, get hayrides and would go out to go pick our own pumpkins every fall. So that was a lot of fun. Here's the other plate. Do I have anything else to tell you? Well, I can tell you that scrapbooking stores, acid-free paper, the thing that makes paper yellow and darken. I love this calendar image and these buttons and this truck with the pumpkins in. That's acid that makes, you know, paper yellow and darken. So if you're doing sort of like a Halloween project, making an old decrepit guest book for your party, or, you know, putting something else into practice, and thus you will decide to maybe crumple and tea stain some paper, don't pay for acid-free paper because the tea puts acid in there. So that might save you, I don't know, 60 cents. Not really that valuable, but I wanted to tell you anyway. So there's all those images. I like this guy, but I couldn't figure out how to use him. I'd love to see somebody else do him. I do regret not doing this one though. Anyway, so one of the first looks I tried to, or I almost did for this is like, I was like, oh, well, I like the old paper thing. That's why I was mentioning it just a second ago. And I do Smoosh Mani old paper all the time. And I wanted to kind of give you my recipe because I use fairly discontinued, usually cheap and discontinued products for my Smoosh Mani. So I usually use like an eggshell, a light tan, a very light tan, a medium brown. A white could help sometimes. A lot of mine are discontinued, and I do my smooshes between a few stampers so that if my smoosh isn't looking exactly the way I want it to, as I kind of, you know, put it onto the stamp, base coat white, then I can kind of look at the stamper and see if there's any color areas that I would think would look a particular way to improve it. So I think that might be everything for today. My Maniology ambassador code is RAISE10 if you want 10% off your Maniology order. And I haven't really gotten anything back from them in a couple months, but if I do ever get money from them, it goes right to buy plates or to fund these things, so that I can keep doing them. I have a lot coming up. Watch my channel. I've got a Sweet and Scary review coming up to compare the compare the stamping plates that Hit the Bottle and Maniology came out with at like the exact same time. It was craziness. Still planning on tutorials, but we're in the run up to Halloween, so I have a lot of stuff going on. Don't forget that giveaway, the Embrace the Darkness plate, the Darkside, sorry, plate. 03 is maybe the best ever. I don't know. I love these plates. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you soon. Thank you for joining me today.